Abusive, huh? Abusive.
Never coming back.
Abuse.
I'll make sure to put a YouTube channel. That's a terrible place to come to.
That was
Bitch.
that was insane.
I won't lie, in this world, man, you need school. What you sow is what you reap. The price of even making it, you know it's not cheap. Never mind the lights, you can sacrifice sleep. Put your best out there, see results in a week. Preach. I don't think they know.
That's pretty good, right?
It's perfect and it's rolling.
And it's rolling. What is up, everyone? Good morning. Here we are in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York City in the United States. I don't know if there's people watching from other places, they might not know where Williamsburg is. Honestly, I didn't really either. But tomorrow is Sammie's birthday. So wish Sammie a happy birthday, everyone. Look at these cats.
So we saw this wheat case and we were like, we gotta just open the video in front of this because it's just too funny. And as you guys know, we love kitties, so yeah.
Smalls for cats. Alright, they just wheat paste advertisements all up over here. But today, we made it a tradition. We come to New York on Sammie's birthday. This is the 3rd year in a row. And we decided to do a full day of basically showing the thrift/vintage stores around in Brooklyn before we checked into our hotel later. So that's what we're gonna do. We're about, I don't know, 2 blocks from the first stop. So we're just gonna cruise over there and then I'll show you guys some sights on the way. I know there is a lot of people that may never or have never been to this area before. So part of what we like to do in our videos is show areas that people haven't been to or can't go to. And then they can see it for themselves through our eyes. So we're in Brooklyn, New York. Check it out. Ah, my head. That's a pretty cool piece of art. Alright, so from what I've heard, this area used to be less desirable to live and a lot less to buy houses or rent apartments. And the term, I guess, is regentrification. And now it's become really expensive around here. And it's kind of like the center of what is called like the hipster movement. Crazy.
So for our first stop, we're at Stella Dallas Living, and it's this store, and then there's another store that's connected, and they're both Stella Dallas Living. But we're gonna stop in this one first, 281.
Check it out. Wow, it's really nice in here. Look at this old rack. Is that chainmail? What's it called? Chainmail? Something like that. Some Oriental rugs. You like those rugs?
Yeah, I do.
Could you see why my mom likes it in here?
Yes, this looks like her mom's type.
Look at this though, dude. Like, you don't get this style anywhere. Because there's only one of those ever made.
Look at this. That covers.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Look at this. What are these called?
Expensive in here, so. But actually, those were $100, which is a lot of money. But they're cool.
Legit sheepskins though for 100?
Yeah.
120? That's not that crazy. The rent here is probably like 10 grand a month. Oh, they do like dry cleaning and stuff too.
Yeah.
This display of the belts though
Oh, yeah.
is really cool.
Oh, it is cool.
This is cool though. Because it looks like a little like creature.
That hat's cool. The see-through hat.
Vintage mesh. Oh, this is part of the store too?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they have price tags on it. Oh, it's like vintage wedding dresses too.
Wow, look how pretty this dress is. So cool. They have a lot of kimonos.
I guess that room right back there is like where they sort stuff. Looks like it to me. Looks like they got this Keith Haring dedication mannequin, which is pretty cool. Definitely some vintage for sure. Look at this guy.
Alright, so that store was super cool. A little bit expensive, so we're gonna try this store, which, like I said, is connected as well. So let's go check it out.
This is the more like our style side though, because I've been here before.
There were clothes in there, but
They're just opening now because they open at 12.
So we got here at the right time.
All right, let's check it out. It's actually redone since I've been here though, I think. Look at that, vintage surfboards all over in here. I think they got like, did you say like Holy Grail t-shirts in here? Vintage tees for days though, dude. I mean, 20 bucks, pretty much the price that you would have to charge for this stuff. So 20 for vintage, true vintage tees though. Like that right there. True vintage Disney tee. 20 bucks. Not that bad, actually.
They have like the largest selection of Converses ever.
They have the largest selection of everything ever. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that sells, I guess, right? Shoe selection. Choo choo train. Oh man. See if we can find something fierce in here. Look at this though. This is freaking epic. Eva Joy Club. 1985. Kiki Life. Really cool. 30. This one, it looks like you now, right now.
That's kind of look like it. It's such a weird material, right?
Dude, it's so old. It's from 1980.
That was it, really?
Yeah. That's the thing though. These prices are what I would charge for this stuff. If not more. I guess that's the point though. Because they have so much.
Sister. Yeah. They have.
Look at this New England Patriots sweatshirt. It's so nice. Super cool. This one though. Cat.
Find any 3XL, let me know.
3X? There's definitely some in here. Alright, there's like a fire alarm going off in there. They claim false alarm, but they made all the hipsters relocate outside. Sadly, I'm one of them. Because I was thinking all those styles in there were so good. Even though I just wear sweatshirts every day, but this rack right here is just all flare. Look at this. All flare. Look at that, silver. We got all the different overdyed purple, blue, green, U.S. Army, everything. All the Army tops. Huge selection of vests, vintage vests, sweatshirts, Army jackets there. Then we have like these old varsity jackets. This one's a what is that? I thought it was going to say Yankees, but nah. Varsity jackets. This is like a corduroy school jacket. Got the vintage Filla. Bob Chin's Crab House. Perry Ellis. All the scores. Looney Tunes. Alright, going into the back section now. This is like super flare. Insanity. Can't even move through here. This is like super duper flare in here. Look at this rack. These are like school jackets. And then what do we got? Oh man, these are nice. This one looks interesting. That's a Mickey Mouse claim right there. Look at that. Unbelievable what they have in here actually. Like this. Dude, that thing is super sick. Look at this. These Vans are cool. And then we got this jumpsuit. That's really cool. What's that, a Woodstock jacket? 94 Woodstock jacket. It's pretty wild. Got vintage tees here. Everything's super organized and, you know, priced at the true value of it. It pretty much sets the pricing. Look at these motorcycle jackets all up on the top there. Leather. Jean jackets here. Wow. Unbelievable. Tons of vintage Army. These pants. All organized perfectly. The way that the displays are set up in here is like a museum though. Check this out. Everything's set up so cool. Super cool. Check out some vintage tees here. Just for a glance. Rolling Stones. It's not that old. These are like new old. Like new, but still cool. All points. That's pretty cool. Like a ballet shirt, I guess. I think that their growl shirts are up there. The real vintage, real old good ones are hanging for the most part. Which is a pretty good idea, so you can see them well. Look at that David Bowie shirt. I got an Elvis one, Iron Maiden, and then over here they got all rock tees on this wall. Rolling Stones, 89 tour. Wow. All here is vintage t-shirts too. There's all Mickey Mouse there. What? No way. For real though, guys, wait a second. We might have just found something that might actually have to be bought. Let's see how much it is first. Didn't come here on any expectation of buying this thing, but dude, it's so small, but look at this. It's freaking unbelievable, this shirt. Oh man. I know Sammy likes big shirts, but wow. 1989. That's crazy. I know that the audio went out on this section, so I just decided to leave the clips and just talk over it because the shirts and the selection was so cool. Check out this Lone Wolf jacket. It's probably the name of the racer who used it because it was a racing jacket, it looks like. Probably one of a kind. They just had such a large selection of, one of a kind or very rare jackets in this section. They had ridiculous amount of extremely rare and vintage jumpsuits. Check out these mechanic suits. The striped one and the blue one there looked like they came from the gas station Esso. They're mechanics jumpsuits. Really rare. I've never seen them anywhere else. Bunch of Army jumpsuits. I thought this U.S. Air Force case was really cool. I think it was priced at like $125, which is a ton of money, but never saw one before like that in my life. They also had a huge selection of vintage jean denim jackets. This one caught my eye because it had a huge Iron Maiden t-shirt patched onto the back of it, and some other patch on the front. I'm not sure what it was. They also, on this rack, was like the biggest collection of rock band / rock concert t-shirts that I've ever seen. Mostly all black, which is probably the most desirable. I'll try and name off what I can see in the video. There's a Genesis one, which I think there was about 2 or 3 Genesis ones on the rack. Aerosmith. These are tour t-shirts. This was a Grateful Dead one, was insane. I showed at the end in more detail. I'm not really sure what this one was. I didn't catch that one. Someone probably knows for sure though. They had, I don't know if this was a rock shirt, but it was really cool. Had like a wizard on it. That was a Stick shirt. Rush. These are all just true vintage. See, they had a bunch of like real vintage Harley single stitch shirts on this rack. This Bon Jovi shirt was amazing. It said New Jersey on the back of it too, which is really unique. I think it was $125 or $130 though, which is really crazy for a t-shirt. But I doubt you'd be able to find really any of these elsewhere, or it would take you a long time to find these shirts again. UFO, Megadeth, Rush. This said Wasted Rock Rager. Don't know if that was a band or what. They also had, at the end of the rack, a huge selection of these baseball, like 3/4 sleeve shirts, but they had like rock prints, Foreigner, on the front. I wasn't really familiar with that style, to be honest, but I can see now. This shirt is just insane. Grateful Dead in the dark. I think also that was over $100. But you don't see, I've never seen any Grateful Dead shirts that old in person before, single stitch, ever. So, extremely rare.
Alright, so Turner was talking that whole time with the mic not hooked up, and for those of you who don't know, if the mic's hooked in, but it's not on, you're not going to be able to hear what he's saying. So
they ran out of batteries, but I can just improvise. It was only 2 clips at the end.
Now he gets to just narrate his own self, so.
Narration of even funnier stuff than what I was actually saying.
This store, Stella Dallas, was really cool. So the one side's mostly like fur rugs, like sheepskin, oriental rugs, tapestries, and like quilts, like old quilts, like hipster stuff, you know what I mean? And then the other side is more like vintage clothes. Pretty sure all the clothes are vintage. I'm like cheap, so like this store was a little bit pricey for me. I wouldn't go in there and go like clothes shopping. But there, I think that the prices are fair, specifically for this area. Like, people have money in New York. Like, $40 for a pair of jeans might be cheap to somebody. So, it's a good store if you guys are ever in New York. Stella Dallas. I don't know the number, but still don't know the number. But yeah, so that was cool. We're gonna put the audio back in the car because it's useless right now, and we're gonna go check out another store. Yeah.
Alright, we're off to the second location that we're going to be checking out today. It is called Monk Vintage. And alright, I think we crossed this street. And then we will see. Hold on a second. But basically we're doing this. Oh, we're turning here. We're doing this little tour of the vintage thrift stores around the area just in case people want to check it out. I know it's right up our alley. It's kind of stuff that we like enjoy looking for. It's kind of good to see the pricing on stuff, and it's good to see what people are buying. And if it's in that store or this store, it's probably something people are buying because these people spend a great deal of money to have these stores, so they're not going to fill them up with stuff that doesn't sell. Also, if anyone wants to come do the same tour we did, it'll be easy for you guys to find the stores. They got some cool artwork over here.
Yeah. Use their glued eyes on there. This is sick.
In 600 feet, turn left.
Alright, this would be our first time ever here, so we don't really know what to expect. It does already look cool though, I will say. $1 sale. Yeah, but classic bike right there though. Uncle Scrooge. He's not having it. Dude, the Kiki shirt. Cool pants.
Tune Squad shirt. That's cool. But $20?
Alright, so the Monk Vintage was more like a thrift store, just with the really high prices, which is fine. If you can go through all this stuff and find something you really want, it would be worth it. But here we have Buffalo Exchange. They have these in Philadelphia too, in Pennsylvania as well. We've been to that one, never to this one. So stop 3 is Buffalo Exchange. Thrift store. I got it. Good dad. Look at this dream. Leather Harley Davidson jacket. Woo! That thing's fresh. What is this? Look at this. I've been showing it, yeah.
Just want to make sure that he's showing you guys the goods. It's just there's music in here, so
I'm gonna have to cut a lot of it out or put my own music in.
we'll just narrate our own selves the whole time.
These shoes,
These are super
Dude.
cool. They have a lot of like, what's it called? Cape Robin.
these are Kiss, basically, shoes.
They're cool. They're really cheaply made, but they're sick. But honestly, $36 isn't bad if you're into that style.
This is signed by someone.
I'm just like holding my snack bag.
Snacks for days.
Here are my snacks.
Look at this shirt. Foxwoods Casino. But the back. Bam. That's cool. No way.
$5. I thought this was cool.
Alright, so we left Buffalo Exchange. I would say, considering a normal thrift store, it's probably like an 8 out of 10. But they didn't have that much vintage clothing there. It was more just kind of like Goodwill, but much better stuff. But we are at our final destination here is a place called Junk, Brooklyn. So as you can see, it's this whole corner here. I'm lying, it's not a corner. It's these two storefronts though. So we're gonna go check it out. The ATM's cool in there. This is mostly just gonna be for looking, because we're obviously not gonna be buying stuff here. But it looks like he's unloading the truck here, like he just did a storage unit or something. But wow, they got all the junk, that's for sure. Look at that. Oh, old photograph negatives. This is really crazy. Can't even get through that way. This beaver.
I saw that.
That's crazy. Because he's unloading the truck right now.
Tom.
And it's just such random stuff in here. That was your dad's trunk.
Yeah, right.
125 for. That's a really weird display case.
Looked like it had something sinister in it.
Looked like it had bones or something in it. Look at this place, is insane. This store is kind of sad because we were just browsing through, checking it out and trying to, show other people what we were seeing. At this point, I even said that I liked this store, and then that whole idea just went out the window when this happened. Stuff just got so crazy so fast, and we had to get out of there ASAP.
There. Ooh.
Abusive, huh? Abusive.
Never coming back.
Abuse.
I'll make sure to put it on the YouTube channel.
That's what you're trying?
That's a terrible place to come to.
That was
You bitch.
that was insane. So we're doing some reviews here. That's what just happened because she was in the way of Sammie walking.
Literally the worst place to come to ever. Ever. Never been so disrespected in my life. She pushed me, first off, and I didn't say anything. I kept walking. And then she pushed me again, and she's like, pick a direction. And I was like, it's very crowded in here. Like, I was like, I'm going this way.
That was the craziest thing that ever happened. And I'm not even like worked up about it because that place was so bad that it's like obviously she has to act like that.
I'm worked up because don't touch me. Like, I respect my elders, but do not put your hands on me because I'm not the one.
All right, so what happened? Just give us the bottom line here, because
Alright,
I've
so-
just started reading the reviews, and there's people that hate that lady already.
So I have snacks in this bag, and I have this big coat on. Regardless, like I can wear a coat. It's a little bit chilly. But I was walking, and she kept like talking to herself and staring at my bag. And I thought she was just like had something wrong with her, so I just ignored it. And then she pushed me. Right? She pushed me. And I was like, I didn't say anything the first time she pushed me. And then I went to turn around because I went to look for Turner. It's a big place. And then she pushed me again. And I was just like, whoa. And she's like, pick a direction. And I was like, you pick a direction. And then she kept like mumbling something, and then it just like blew up. But I don't even know. It's just, she obviously had something wrong with her, but do not touch me. Do not put your hands on me. And like the first time I let it go, because like if she has mental illness, like okay, but like you shouldn't have somebody like that working in a store.
She obviously has
Because
to be an owner, because no one
The
would have
whole
that.
exactly, like maybe it's the guy, younger
Nobody
guy's
would ever
mom or grandma.
have that lady working at
But,
their
like,
store.
If you're working in a business where you want your customers to buy stuff and then come back and buy stuff like continuously, you don't want to treat your customers like that. And like the reviews are already really bad. If you guys want to, you guys can leave a review too. But I just don't touch somebody. Telling somebody to pick a direction is a little bit rude to begin with. You could just say, excuse me, I'm trying to get by. But you don't put your hands on somebody ever.
There's
unless you're
so
defending yourself,
many.
period.
There's so many Google reviews that I'm just reading while you're talking that were saying that the place is cool, but the lady's
You just shouldn't,
unacceptable, I guess.
you should not ever put
They
your
were saying,
hands on
like-
somebody.
Like
ever.
like you could never buy something there, they were saying. The one guy
Because
was
if
like,
it was the
think
other
twice
way
about
around,
spending
if it was
$1.
the other way around and I was pushing her, I'm in the wrong, right? So like, mental illness or not, do not put your hands on me.
After looking at these reviews, I'm dying right now. This place needs to be closed down. I was looking at my bag for a tissue to blow my nose, but the creepy lady who works there looked me up and down like I was stealing.
That's what
I
she
will
was
not
doing to me.
support this trashy,
'Cause I had my
discriminating
snack bag.
place. The staff is creepy, like out of a horror film. That's what this lady wrote.
No, because I swear, guys, she was sitting there staring at my bag, and I was like contemplating on giving her like one of my snacks that I have. I didn't know. I thought she was homeless. Okay, so that's why I didn't care that she pushed me the first time. The second time I said whoa, like whoa, because it was a harder like shove. It's just wrong. You just don't treat your customers like that. I'm under the impression that they must have money, or their family does, so they don't really give a whether they treat people like so I guess that's just what it is at that store. It's called junk, right? Do the choppy stickies, guys. That's all I know. You guys have heard it before if you guys stayed up on the video. That's all my daddy taught me. It says on that street and then
$3.99? Okay, that's good. Yeah. Thank you. You're not allowed out here. Get in there.
Get him in.
Get inside. Don't be bratty. Little boy, come back. Come back. Trying to get that love.
He knows. Yeah. Hi, baby.
That's a Gingy right there. Need a little comb for this guy.
Boy.
Get all that dander out of
He's
there.
so soft.
He's so soft.
I love him.
It's really that carpet, Moms. Look at my this already. Come here. Come on. Come here and give me those snacks. Come up here. Yeah. Yeah. They don't have it, right? Okay, so wait a second. What's that blotch on there? Oh man. Alright, so we actually are adding on one store to the vintage store tour guide that we're doing today. This place is called the L Train, and I think it's in Bushwick, but we have been here one time before about 2 years ago, and we didn't really know anything about vintage clothes at the time. We never really sold vintage clothes until like maybe 1 year ago. We started doing it a lot, but yeah, so we're gonna go check it out. From what I remember, it was a gigantic store and they had a lot of cool stuff, so see how it goes. Sammy J, do you think it's gonna be better than junk?
If the people don't abuse me, maybe.
Right. This one? Ooh, look at this DIY skate spot right here. This place is amazing. Oh, wait, it's an actual skate park. It looks like it was just thrown together, right?
Yeah,
That's
you should
really
have brought
cool.
your actual skate
Should have
park.
brought
Well,
my-
now we know. that it's
Should have brought my actual skateboard instead of just my longboard. Oh, it is a skate park.
Obviously.
I'm saying, like, I didn't know if someone just went there one day and built that stuff, or if they actually, like, had a city ordinance to make it.
That's cool, though, for, like, the kids.
It's so nice.
So, I may have taken us to the wrong one. It was, like, 22 minutes away rather than, like, 5, but I had no idea. That was just following my GPS.
We're on Grand Street.
But I guess we're gonna experience a new vintage place. It's just brutal crossing the street here.
Alright, let's check this out. L Train. It looks really, really organized, which also could mean This is kind of what I like to look for, is these sweatshirts.
They're not allowing the use of personal cups right now. Are they not accepting cash either? Because I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure that's grosser than personal cups.
But like even this right here, that's nice. So not that bad, honestly. 94 Wildcats. Stanford. Whoa. Style. What's this?
Dickies.
Little cat shirt there. Nebraska. How was this? This was an actual beer shirt before. No way. Anheuser-Busch. So they were savage in the 80s. They're advertising. Right?
He's cute, but I wanted a Bud Light.
Got him, dude. That's terrible. The CBD.
The drink?
Or no way. Ooh, yeah. Little scenery out here. That's the address right there. This building's been abandoned since over 2 years. All this whole place. Unless they open it up for like a flea market or some shit. Cause like why is... Alright, it's like getting nighttime. But this camera's good in low lighting, which is cool. So we went to a place that's called the L Train. It was an accident. We didn't really mean to go there, but they had some cool stuff. We checked it out. It was just like a typical vintage store. Sweatshirts were running from like non-hooded sweatshirts. Non-hooded sweatshirts were running for like $15 to $20. And I didn't really even look at the t-shirts, but it's a good spot. But we're looking at going to a place called the Urban Jungle, which is in Bushwick. So we're walking there now. And it's a huge store. We've been there one time before. Really big. So we will show you guys. Yoshi and Mario. So it is 0.3 miles more. And that guy borderline almost hit you.
Borderline almost got
Smoke ZD. Look at this art right here. This is so crazy. It's this whole entire building.
That's sick. So, alright, we made it to Urban Jungle. And I don't...
Wait, hold on, just say.
Alright, so we made it to Urban Jungle. And I don't think that's the entrance, so we're gonna go around.
Look how big this place is, though. Oh, wow. They're claiming Urban Jungle Corporation because it's so big. Gotta go all the way around to the other side. That's just like the back of it. Like that's the back room. No way. And then remember, this is the thrift store that we went to the one time. It's closed though.
Oh.
But I found this is what I looked up, and then we found that before.
So that's how you find things. You
Yeah.
just don't find the original places, you end up finding a new place.
And then you go down this
Creepy dark.
street and look at all this cool graffiti though.
Super cool.
This is real style. Legit writing. So here it is. Vintage clothing. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed our thrifting vintage clothing shopping edit from Brooklyn. I did end up getting a couple pieces of clothing. I probably should have gotten more because some of the prices were actually really good. I got this one, which was probably the coolest shirt I saw personally all day myself. If it was an XL, I would never sell it, but it's about a small or a medium. Could be a large. There's no tag, but this is the original one. They have made remakes, but clearly you don't want the remake, you want the original. That's the whole point. Got that, and then the last store that we went to, I cut the video because the lady said no filming in the store, and there's no reason to argue with someone. If they don't want you to film in there, they don't want you to film in there. So I got this there, only paid $10 for it, and I'm probably going to ask 40 at least, maybe, I don't know, around 40 for it. I think it's a really nice one. Horizon by K Sportswear, made in the USA. It's a size large, which it's actually a big large. I'm probably gonna wear it before I sell it. And it's not in the best shape ever, but for being actually vintage for that price, you can't beat it. And then I got this jean cutoff.
This one's cool.
I don't know, vest, I guess, jacket. I would call it a jean jacket, but it's called, the company that made the actual jacket is Unik, U-N-I-K, denim, 100% cotton, but I just thought that these patches on the back were super cool. Harley Owners Group, and this one's from New Haven, Connecticut. So I probably wouldn't wear this myself, just because I don't own a Harley, and that would just be kind of strange, but this will be up for sale too. So definitely should have bought more, but it's always fun to look. And Sammy has something to say too that we found out that was really creepy.
Okay, so the lady at the store junk that shoved me twice, so on their Instagram page, it's really weird, and one of you pointed it out to me, you messaged me. If you go on their Instagram page, you can click on the link that's in the description. So I clicked on it thinking it was like a website, and it was for mail order brides. So if you go on their Instagram, I don't know, at the top of my head, let me think.
I think
it's just Brooklyn Junk.
I don't think anyone needs to go on there.
You don't need to go on
but
there.
There's male and female brides and grooms, right, on there?
I don't know. I didn't look at the sexes, but just really weird. So that made me think, like, that explains a lot.
I mean, their primary income is selling mail order brides and beating people up that try to shop at their store.
It happens.
But yeah, that's our video. See you guys in the next one. And like we say, keep pushing, everyone. Oh yeah, Landis is home. We're going to make a more in-depth video probably on the Extra channel about Landis's whole situation. But he is home with us today for the first time in about 5 or 6 days. And he's not doing great, but at least we have him here with us. So pray for Landis.
Yes, please pray for Landis.